nosy waiter that's just listening in on this juicy conversation. She is now the owner of a humongous house. He can't get over the fact that his wife has more money than him. Let's have him cry it out. He is very mad. Hey guys, so today we are playing with a new family. So the storyline of this one is gonna be that we have two twins. So one is named Luna and the other is named Estrella. So Estrella actually means star in Spanish. So like Luna, so like moon and star kind of. So yeah, that's Luna and Star. And this is their parents, Patrick and Marlene. So what we're doing with this family is basically the parents are gonna get divorced and Luna and Estrella are sadly gonna get separated. So Estrella is gonna be living with her dad, who's gonna be, you know, more poor. And like they won't have a lot of money and the dad's pretty lazy. So Luna, on the other hand, who just went to bed over here, she is gonna be living with her mom, Marlene. So Marlene is gonna be very, very rich. And she's not gonna have a lot of time for Luna. Not only is she always working, but she's obsessed with looking like, you know, super fancy and put together and bougie for like the outside world. So Marlene doesn't like Luna. And she's gonna be like, you know, dressing her up and controlling so many aspects of her life. Meanwhile, Estrella has the opposite problem. So instead of too much control, Estrella is gonna be, you know, poor. Her dad's not gonna help much. She's gonna have so much freedom to be and do what she wants. But again, her problem is that they don't have a lot of money and she has to take care of herself. So yeah, that's kind of the basis of this little storyline we have going on. Currently, the couple are living together. And they're going to fight, they're going to get divorced. So I'll take you into Create-A-Sim so that you can see the characters. Okay, so my face just moved, but this here is the dad. His name's Patrick. So he's gonna be poor and he's gonna be living with Estrella. So he wants to be a mansion baron, so he wants to have a huge house, but the problem is he's very lazy. And he's actually mean, so he's not the nicest to poor Estrella. And he's also hot-headed, so that's not the best combination of traits. Okay, so the twin living with the dad is this one. Her name's Estrella. And this is how she's gonna dress later when she's like in poverty. I already dressed the twins up how I want them to, you know, like look when they're in their like roles. So yeah, Estrella's gonna live with her dad. Her dad's just gonna be very lazy. He's not gonna have a job. He's gonna live on his own and just not do anything all day, not even take care of her. So yeah, that's who Estrella is going to be living with. So her struggles are going to be, you know, getting some money, trying to clean the house, trying to just survive in general. And Estrella actually is going to have a lot of free time on her hands. Okay, so this is the mom, Marlene. This is what she wears every day. And she's going to be a very like successful businesswoman. Her business picked off after she divorced her husband. So her traits are mansion baron, the same as her husband's actually. But she is going to be very self-absorbed. So she's going to be so obsessed with having her daughter like, you know, play the part of a millionaire's daughter that she's not going to let her daughter, you know, be herself and is not going to let her be independent. So the unfortunate child living with this parent, unfortunate in a different way I guess, is Luna over here. So living with the mom and in a matching sweatsuit is Miss Luna. Now, despite being rich, Luna has different problems in life. While her sister has too much independence and her parent isn't really taking care of her much, this one is monitored 24/7. She has a nanny who constantly takes care of her. Her mom is only around when it's to parade her for her friends. Now, later on in life, Luna's gonna have some problems with rebellion because right now it's her mom dressing her and everything to be like a little doll to show off to people. So these are all of Luna's outfits. And you can kind of tell that like, you know, her mom is dressing her up like a doll and it's not really for her comfort. For example, this here is for warm weather. So she's wearing ballet flats and like the jumpsuit is okay, but then the ballet flats are not the funnest to walk around in. So Luna's gonna be struggling with her independence in general. So that's the family, and Luna and Estrella actually aren't even gonna know about each other. So they're not gonna know that they have a twin. For traits, Estrella has the independent trait because since her dad's always lazy and doesn't do much, she's learned to take care of herself. Now Luna, on the other hand, has the silly trait. So Her personality is that she's silly and goofy and just loves to laze around, but since her mom is constantly making her, show off to friends, and like she's constantly taking different classes because her mom wants her to go to a prestigious university and like have super good grades. Since her mom has the proper trait, Luna can't show off her silly side often because her mom is always telling her off. Her mom also has the jealous trait. So this one comes into play with the fact that she's constantly like comparing herself to others and she wants to be the best. So anytime she sees somebody with like a better setup than her, she always gets jealous of it. Okay, yeah, so that's our family. Okay, so just as a quick house tour, here's what we have in the house. So it's an apartment and it's in the city, of course. So here's the entrance. We got a beautiful piano. People were asking where this from. I believe it's from the Wedding Stories pack, but it is really beautiful. We have a fish tank with our little fish in it, and then we have an office room. So the couple sleep in their bedroom, which is this one over here, and they have an attached bathroom. This is another bathroom. And then here we have the kids' room, which is my favorite part of the house, I think. So we went with like a pink and green theme. So I don't know if this is an experience for everyone, but I find that twins are often color coded. So Mrs. Luna, so she's going to be living with her rich mom, is a pink color scheme at the moment. And then Estrella has like a green color scheme to match her little bandana. But yeah, the room is very, very cute. Also, I didn't do this intentionally, but I realized that the parents have also kind of been color coded. The mom wears pink a lot. Sure, he likes fitness. Okay, so the parents have also been color coded. I realized that the mom, she wears pink a lot, and then the dad, he's on the bathroom right now, but he also wears green a lot. So I love that I love how that ended up happening. No. Okay, so the girls are asleep and the couple is currently arguing because the mom wants to open a company and the dad thinks that it'd be a waste of money to invest in it and doesn't believe in her. Okay, so a main reason that their marriage is ending is that the parents disagree about money for the most part. They're struggling to pay bills. The wife wants to open a company, but the husband thinks that it's a bad idea because he doesn't think they could afford to invest the money and that it just go in the gutter because he doesn't believe in her. So both they are going at it. Wow. I think both of them are in the wrong and the right at the same time. Like, I understand him being worried about money, and I also understand her wanting to, get out of their current situation and open her new business. Right now, we know that's gonna go well because she's gonna be the rich one, he's gonna be the poor one. But this is just a shambles that their marriage is turning into. So they decided to go to bed, and the husband will be sleeping on the sofa tonight because they're just not getting along right now. They're not going to tell their daughters about the marriage being ruined. The daughters are really young right now and don't really need to know about this stuff. And also, people were asking, they're toddlers, they've seen each other, won't they remember each other? I think that I'm imagining them to be about like 1 or 2 years old. So I think that they just wouldn't remember each other in the future. Like, they just forget because it's been so long. Okay, so the husband and wife had a beautiful marriage at first. They were very friendly with each other. They loved their daughters and their lives. But then they got laid off from their job because the company closed. So now the husband and wife are struggling because of money. The wife believes that she could start a company, and the husband doesn't believe in her. So it's a love-hate relationship at first. Like, they fight, and then the next second, as you saw, they are kissing each other. But yeah, so eventually the husband brushes off the wife. But basically what their argument is about is that the wife wants to start a company, the husband doesn't believe she can do it, and they're limited on money. So the husband's worried that if she starts this company and fails, then they'll lose everything they have. And the wife, on the other hand, believes that she can do it and doesn't like that he doesn't believe in her. When they talk about the kids, he is very mad. He's taking it out. I feel like his children are the ones that are going to struggle from this divorce the most because, of course, they have to watch their dad that they love doing the weirdest things ever, such as punching their bear to take out his anger. This is kind of perfect because he's going to be living with her in the future and she's going to be living with her. So yeah, the mom does love both her children. Of course, she'd never want to see them go away. and the dad does love his children despite all of his flaws. Both of them are very spiteful people, so you could see how this divorce causes such crazy changes in the both of them. So things escalate to the point where they're arguing all the time, even in front of their children. Of course, the arguments are about money, and eventually they decide, you know what, we need a final meeting, we need to talk about this away from our children. They don't feel any love towards each other anymore, and they're really struggling marital-wise. And money-wise as well. They're worried about how they're going to pay rent next week. The husband and wife decide that they're going to discuss the terms of their divorce at a fancy restaurant. Now, money-wise, they decided that whatever they made is what they're going to keep. They agreed on that. But what they can't decide is what's going to happen with the children. So, ignoring the nosy waiter that's just listening in on this juicy conversation, the husband and wife are discussing the terms of their divorce. In terms of money, they're deciding they're both going to keep exactly how much they made and split it like that. The biggest problem they have is the children. They both want to keep the kids and can't agree on what's going to happen with them. Also, they can't afford a lawyer because of their current financial status, so they can't afford to take it to court. Eventually, they decide that each of them is going to keep one of the kids, and they don't want each other in their life ever. They never want to see each other again because they just hate each other that much. So this way they each have a kid and they don't bring it to court. So the nosy waiter is back just in time for them to divorce pretty soon. And they got little sparkling food as if they were celebrating their divorce. Of course. We're gonna get them. Okay, so they got their little sparkling meals to fast forward the divorce, and it's finally happening. The official divorce between Marlene and Patrick.
Savara? Neebs!
They've been arguing for so long that at this point they're just done with each other. Marlene is upset, but she's mostly sad about losing her child. Marlene decides to be a queen, and she's gonna leave the restaurant without even eating the meal because she doesn't want to see him for another second. Of course, this leaves the dad. Of course, they have to sort out the children, so the dad decides to also leave shortly after. But since Marlene left first, she kind of wins that one. The wife left the dad with the bill, of course, so his already short supply of money is running even shorter. So now, each of the parents are going to be taking a child and going home with them. The dad doesn't even want to bother talking to his wife for another second, so he just walks in, The dad doesn't even want to talk to his wife for another second, so he just walks in, takes Estrella, and leaves. This leaves Luna alone with her mother in the apartment. The mother is feeling quite good about the divorce, and the dad, on the other hand, is kind of lost and unsure what to do. Because now he has a full child and needs to find a place to live on minimal money. Luckily, they both know lots of landlord friends, so they can move away very soon. So, the dad is taking his daughter. Okay, so I split the money pretty evenly. I'm going to fix this later because they're not going to have 5 million simoleons. Like, they're going to be way poorer than that. But we just need them moved into a new place, and same with the wife. It's been a month since the divorce, and Estrella and her dad are living in this house. So the dad never cleans, he's watching TV all day, so the house is absolutely filthy. There's stuff everywhere. So while Estrella's dad is watching TV all day, poor Estrella is left on her own and honestly can do really whatever she wants while her dad watches TV. The one thing she does get is she gets fed on time, but her dad is very temperamental, and often she just avoids him. Estrella's still a toddler, so she can't help out around the house much, but once she's a child, definitely I'll see her like cleaning up and stuff and just trying to keep things as together as she possibly can. Of course, since she's always left on her own, Estrella is often getting into trouble and making a mess of things. For now, this isn't a problem because the dad doesn't look like he cares either way, but once she gets to school age, it could start to be a problem in terms of her grades. In terms of money, Estrella's family doesn't really have a lot. The dad, Patrick, only has $10,000 to his name, so this is enough for rent for a little while, but especially with the high living prices of the area, this could get to be a problem later. The dad doesn't have a job, all he does at home is sit and watch TV, and he does the bare minimum to get money sometimes. He does leave Estrella home alone because he doesn't want to pay for a nanny. In terms of taking care of Estrella, all he really seems to do is feed her, and then other than that, he just leaves her on her own. Estrella's side is pretty sad and beat up about the divorce, but he only became sad about it after finding out that his wife became rich. So he doesn't care about his wife, he cares that she has money now, and he isn't living with her, and he has to live this way. How the dad currently makes money is he does a lot of gambling, so he has a bit of money, but it's not enough to sustain them for a very long time. Estrella is very happy to be left alone for a long time. Like you could see here, her in the high chair, she's not really calling her dad for help or anything, and she can't get out on her own. It's 8:30 in The Sims, so we'll see when Estrella finally gets off the high chair. The dad is watching TV, and eventually it's 9:30, and after an hour of sitting doing nothing in the high chair, Estrella is finally let out, and she can now go to bed. The dad, of course, is going to go to bed as well. He's still beat up about the divorce. He can't get over the fact that his wife has more money than him. Let's have him cry it out. So yeah, he's still beat up about the divorce and can't get over the fact that his wife has more money than him, and he's now stuck with a child and with very little resources. Estrella is very independent. She takes herself to bed and she takes herself straight to sleep herself. So yeah, for this challenge, I'm definitely planning on both the twins getting rescued, so don't worry, they're not going to live like this forever. This is just their current conditions. So right now she's a toddler, so they can't really do much in terms of helping around the house, but I definitely can see them as like a child and stuff, you know, having to figure out ways to make some money. As for the dad, Patrick, I don't see him changing or ever getting a job. Maybe later on in many years, but as for while Estrella is young, I don't see him helping out at all. Look at his little sad face. He can't get over the fact that his ex-wife is now rich. Speaking of the ex-wife, let's go do an update on them and see what Luna and the wife is up to. Marlene's dreams all came true, and she is now the owner of a humongous house. Marlene's aspiration has now been achieved. She owns a gigantic house and is super excited about her future. Now, unlike the small rundown apartment she used to live in, this house is absolutely gorgeous, and I think it requires a definite house tour. So let's start with the outside. So starting with the outside, this is the house. It is gigantic, it is grand. Not just the inside, it's not just the inside of the house that's decked out. The outside is also absolutely gorgeous. So your entrance, you got two beautiful statues, a wishing well. I could do a whole tour on this house, but let's just do a quick one. You've got a beautiful yard, I guess it's called, fountains, a beautiful garden, everything you could have ever wanted. There's even a little set of monkey bars for when Luna's old enough to use them. And now as for the inside of the house, so the entranceway has a cute boat ship. Here's the sitting area, so it's a blue theme. We've got a big grand piano here. And then here is the bar area. Of course, we've got a gigantic kitchen. This is only for staff though. We're going to be hiring a nanny who's going to be taking care of all the cooking, all the cleaning. So we've got another little sitting area, and then heading upstairs. Actually wait, before we head upstairs, so there's a little fountain area here for sitting, and there's also stairs on the outside that lead upstairs. So there's 4 sets of stairs you can take your pick, and we have upstairs. So here is the ballroom. This is where Marlene's gonna host balls and invite all her other rich friends. Of course, the terrace of the ballroom is also gorgeous. We have these beautiful statues, this little fountain, and then the other terrace also has a fountain that the stairs are leading up to. This is our little Luna's room. So it's beautiful as well. It's mostly pink for the most part, matching her color scheme. And of course, she has to have her own gigantic house in the form of a dollhouse. She has her little unicorn that she brought from her old house. And then just any toy a kid could ask for, really. So there's a bathroom. There's a bathroom here. I'm planning for this to be Luna's bathroom because we have lots of bathrooms in this house. Okay, and headed upstairs, we have the nanny's chambers. So there's nothing special about this, really. The nanny's gonna be sleeping here, and she has this bathroom, which I love. Like, there's a little sitting area and a fireplace in a bathroom. And then, of course, we have the master bedroom, so where the mom sleeps. She has a green bed. She's got a sitting area in her room. She's got a walk-in closet. So here's where she'll do her makeup, and then all her clothes, and then a nice like sitting thing. And then she has a connected bathroom, of course, also gorgeous, with extra golden statue and just lots of fancy detail like that. So that's the entire house. And I think every room has its own use, which is kind of perfect. Usually with big houses, I'm kind of like, you know, what do I do with this room? These ones seem pretty perfect. We might have like 10 too many bathrooms, considering there's only like literally 2 Sims living here. I'm gonna go ahead and make the nanny, I think, in Create a Sim. Okay, so I went ahead and made the nanny in Create a Sim. So this is Alana, and she is going to be Luna's nanny. So here's her everyday outfit. It's like a working fit. Her formal for the balls. Her athletic, sleep nighttime. Party, swimwear, hot weather, cold weather. So her aspiration is inner peace. She's neat, ambitious, and a perfectionist. So the perfect candidate for our nanny. Okay, so here's a regular day for this family. So right when she wakes up, the first thing the mother does is apply some makeup. Of course, she keeps it classy. Okay, so the nanny, right when she wakes up, the first thing she does is make sure that she has breakfast ready for the family and that the house is clean. So the mom, the first thing she does when she wakes up is apply some makeup at her vanity. And the nanny continues cooking and cleaning in the early hours of the morning until the little girl wakes up. And then she starts taking care of her. So once she's done cleaning, once she's done cooking, if anything needs to be cleaned up, the nanny does that after having her own meal. So currently the house is new, so it is all clean. But usually it could take her hours to get the entire house clean. So the mom, if she's not throwing a ball or going out or talking to her friends, the mom is constantly working in her office. So this leaves the nanny to be the one to take care of the little girl when she wakes up. The nanny always gives the mom reports of how the daughter's doing in terms of her studies. So the mom is obsessed with her daughter being perfect, so she always gets her to do things like arts and crafts, math, blocks, every single thing that'll make her excel in school in the future. So when Luna's awake, the first thing the nanny does is bring her some food. So let's go to some food and we'll bring some for Luna. So as soon as Luna is awake, the nanny always, first thing in the morning, brings her up some breakfast. And despite having so much in her life, Luna isn't by any means spoiled. And yes, she does get so much, but Luna isn't spoiled of her own free will. It's because her mom is always getting the nanny to do everything for her. Though she will be more well-rounded in the future. So Luna gets to decide where she's gonna eat, so let's see where she goes today. Okay, she went to the closest chair, and that's where Luna's eating today. So while Luna's eating, usually the nanny supervises her because she has to stay with her almost at all times. At the moment she's a toddler, so that's not such a big problem. But as soon as privacy becomes an issue, it's not going to be the best thing. Of course, the mom is still working. That's something we're going to be seeing a lot. The mom doesn't really take care of the daughter. She more so has the nanny do everything. Once Luna's done eating, that's when the nanny starts teaching her how to do everything. So right now we're going to have Luna learn some shapes. And every day it's different, but she's basically being homeschooled as a toddler. Just so, because her mom wants her to have a head start in actual school. So the nanny is going to be teaching Luna some blocks. But yeah, the nanny teaches Luna all day, so today she's starting with blocks, and later they're going to probably do some reading. And the nanny puts Luna to bed at the end of the day. But that just gives you an idea of what this family is like, and I think next time I'll show you guys like a longer morning routine. But I was just setting up this challenge for this video. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Oh no, Luna passed out. I woke her up too early. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you think of this series. I hope you guys do like it. And of course, I will be posting Bruno, guys, in the future, 100%. This is just something I wanted to try because it was an idea I had in my mind for a while. So yeah, definitely let me know if you guys like it. So subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd love to hear guys' comments about this series. So definitely let me know how you guys are liking it. Bye. Okay, so the husband and wife were in a very loving relationship at first. Who is this? Who is this? She's interrupting my narrative.